For this episode, we will be going over the history of the martial arts master and former legendary assassin, Jin So. Let's get into it. Pre-Street Fighter. Jin was known as one of the legends of martial arts, supposedly being the man who killed hundreds. He was not only a great martial artist, but a legendary assassin known as the Devil of Hong Kong, reputed to be invincible, and whose skills was prominently sought throughout the Hong Kong underworld. Finally retiring from Hong Kong's underworld as an assassin, he started a restaurant, the Jin Hanton. Over time, he befriends Chun-Li's father, who he trained with as they both were martial arts masters. Even into the current day, Jin's reputation might draw out many who seek his presence, be it the world of crime, or numerous aspiring assassins and martial artists who dare to seek his life, but who are never heard of again. One day, Chun-Li's father disappeared mysteriously, and Jin was aware of what happened to him but unable to help due to his body suddenly becoming ill. Because of this guilt, Jin took Chun-Li under his wing, helping her train and refine her martial arts. Despite Jin's history, he saw Chun-Li as a daughter and wanted to protect her. Later, as Chun-Li joined the International Criminal Police Organization to find out what happened to her father, Jin became distant. This strained their relationship, and Jin struggled with finding ways to vent his stress. He decided he would still protect her, but by watching over her as she grew as a martial artist. Street Fighter Alpha 2. Later, he was diagnosed with leukemia and did not have much time to live. At first, he decided he would be careful and just manage his restaurant, but old foes sent assassins who made repeated attempts on him and his family's lives. Due to this, he decided he would stop hiding and go out fighting, in a blaze of glory, as he felt it was a more honorable way to die. He went on a search for a worthy opponent, taking on members of Shadaloo and other crime syndicates, to provoke a fight to the death in which he would meet his demise. Word got around about Akuma, a fighter who fully embraced the Satsui no Hado. After seeking him out, Jin challenged him to a fight that he hoped would be decisive. The two fought fiercely until the end, each surviving the other's finishing blow. Soon after starting their battle again, Jin narrowly defeats Akuma. However, in spite of Akuma's demands to end his life, Jin enjoyed the fight so much he couldn't bring himself to land the killing blow. He spares Akuma, hoping to one day battle him again. Jin continued to look for more worthy opponents before his leukemia takes his life. 2 years later, Jin challenged Akuma once again. They performed their signature moves on each other before beginning the fight as a test of each other's new skill. Although the results of the battle are unknown, Jin did survive, which would mean they ended in a draw, promising another fight between the two. Super Street Fighter 4. Jin is haunted by nightmares where he is surrounded on all sides by the ghosts of those he has killed in the past when he was still an assassin. Scorning the ghosts, he proclaims that while he is still alive, he will not succumb to the likes of them. Reflecting on how Chun-Li has grown into a strong and admirable woman, he knows he cannot protect her for much longer, as his time is running short. He remembers the day when his illness allowed Shadaloo to capture her father. Cursing his body and its infernal frailties, he vows not to let them get away. He joins the SIN organized tournament, and at some point, Chun-Li finds him and demands that he tell her all that he knows about what happened to her father. Jin refuses and fades away, leaving her alone. When the SIN base is destroyed, Jin protects Chun-Li from the ensuing collapse, though it's not shown how. While partially trapped under the rubble, Jin witnesses Akuma and Guken fight over an unconscious Ryu, internally referring to the two fighters as life and death. He muses that death is indeed strong. Impressed by what he called their ultimate battle, in which both men were prepared to give up the ghost, Jin resolves not to die until their final battle, and so returns to his own fight to the death. Street Fighter 5. 3 years later, Jin once again crosses paths with Akuma. He recognizes how much stronger he has gotten, but knows that he has gained more skill and thinks about his reference of Akuma being death when Akuma fought Guken. The two engage each other with signature attacks as a test. Jin becomes locked in combat with the demonic martial artist as his comment becomes truer with each strike. Jin observes Akuma's newfound power and ponders as to whether or not he has become a true demon god, before realizing he has not attained this level of power yet. Jin laughs, stating that Akuma will never reach the path of the divine if he does not know the path of humanity. Akuma calls Jin weak and calls his speech an attempt to delay the inevitable. Akuma then tells Jin to accept his fate and go to hell, before striking him down with a lunging fist. Jin's life flashes, remembering all the people he had killed before falling to the ground. He looked at Akuma standing over him before closing his eyes, now knowing true defeat. OUTRO. And that is everything I could collect on Jin from the main timeline of games. While it is heavily implied he has been finally killed by Akuma, his status remains officially unknown. I am curious to see how he is involved in the story going forward. Did he actually die by Akuma's hands? Will he visit Chun-Li and help her grow into her true fighting ability similar to Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers the comic? Only the future will tell. Until next time, warriors.